starting the video off as usual with my face too close to the camera. But I'm not wearing pants, I'm wearing shorts. Yeah, it's too freaking hot outside, and it's bright. Anyway, so last video, or video before last, actually, 2 videos before I did that whole AK shoot, I talked about I was going to do upgrades. Well, I got the rest of the upgrades in. Play around with it. I haven't got a muzzle for it yet. I'm going to eventually, if I can find one. But, so what we did is we'll take this out. There are 3 rounds in this magazine for a test here in a minute. So safety's off. Gun is empty. Now we're going to talk about the gun while I'm holding the gun, and everybody knows that we're safe. So we've got the top rail, which is a black polymer. I kept the original wood bottom handguard because I like the aesthetics of this. You know, it kind of reminds me of the front of an M14. That's kind of why I like it. I know it's blasphemy, but I like that look. Just this section kind of reminds me of an M14 because it's the top metal and bottom wood. I like the look. But today we got this. This is a Zukov. We're going to call it a Magpul stock. You can look up the AK brand for Magpul. This is a Magpul MOE AK stock. Now, you can buy 2 different variants of this same stock. A folder and a stiff, which is basically the solid stock. I bought this bad boy. Watch that. So we now have a folding AK. So now we have a gun slash nerdgasm in a way, because now I've got 2 of my dream components in a gun. Okay, so we have this iconic, and now we're gassing out because we have this. Now most games, a couple that really strike off to me that would some people may have played would have been Arma. Some of the AKs in Arma, when you'd get out of vehicles, you would actually have to do the stock, which is kind of cool mechanic in the video game. I mean, it's pretty freaking cool. But the test for today is, I'm kind of scared to do it because there's a couple. Now, I will admit, I watched a couple videos on YouTube to get the stock to actually fit because I didn't want to break it. I didn't want to mess anything. So I watched a couple videos of guys putting it on. So it's a stiff stock. It's on there good. It's firm, it feels really good in the shoulder. It's a 3-position stock, which is also pretty neat, but we really don't need to move it because I'm short and fat. It's perfect the way it is. It's perfect, leave it alone. Anyway, so a couple videos recommended that you could shoot this firearm, or your firearm, with the stock down. I don't know what variant that was, or if you can. If you can, it'd be freaking cool. I would have rather have the stock come this way, but I understand why they didn't do it that way, because some AKs have the Russian-styled side mount for their optics to be up here. Oh, and another pointer. I took it off for the shoot because I haven't soldered in yet, but I have a red dot that I'm mounting on top of the foregrip, and I've got about this much space. I might do an angled light, which I think is pretty cool. So, without further ado, I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to put the magazine in. But I'm not going to cock it. I'm going to wait until you guys can see me cock it so everybody knows that I handled the firearm safely. And I'm not going to forget to put my ear pro on. Remember that. Okay, so we're going to pause. I'll be back. Okay, we're back. And so what we're going to do is on safety. I haven't cocked it. You're going to watch me do that. I'm going to fire one round with the stock. Extended like this, like a regular firearm, like a regular rifle, like it was. See how the stock feels. See what kind of recoil we're dealing with. I mean, a lot of people complain about 7.62 recoil in these AKs. I guess it's because I've dealt with a lot of 308 AR-10s and stuff like that in my little 6 years of dealing with firearms. But the recoil really isn't that bad to me. But that's just me. Other people have different arm strengths. They've dealt with different firearms. But the recoil for this is not that bad. So we're going to see how the recoil reacts to this and see if it lightened it, made it heavier, see what the recoil does, and then we'll do the stock. But without further ado, I'm going to shut up now. And as a buddy of mine says, we're going to put our money where our mouth is. So the gun is loaded. And we're going to just fire around at a random target. Probably a pop can. Right there. Okay, so safety back on. Finger off the trigger because the gun is still live. Same recoil as before. It's manageable. Nothing to write home about. It's the same 7.62. It didn't mess with anything. If anything, it made the back of the gun a little lighter. The front of the gun is still heavy, but I'm thinking it's because of the barrel. I mean, everything's kind of pushing that way anyway. But it's not bad. The gun's still light. So now we're going to point it in a safe direction. Stock goes down. Come on. Alright. So the first thing we come up with, and I'm going to show you, fingers not on the trigger, is the selector it's kind of in the middle of this. You could still mess with it, but it's in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to separate out just a little bit, kick it down to safe, fingers off the trigger, slide back down. Now, I'm kind of afraid that it's going to catch. It looks like it's going to, it might not, but we're going to find out. Again, we're in a safe direction, nobody's here, so hopefully it doesn't explode, we'll find out. So, just random, fire another round just to look. Now I'm not aiming this one. I'm looking at the stock and making sure it doesn't mess with something. Gun is empty. I'm safe. You are safe. Pop can and the hillside is not safe. So I'm taking this back off so I can stop yelling. We're still going to talk a little loud because I have noticed that some of my videos I sound really quiet. I apologize for that. That's my bad. I'm starting out. Videos are kind of low quality. I apologize because I'm on a cheap phone. I'm not going to lie. But what we did figure out is it will fire. Looking at the stock, again, gun is empty, magazine is out. The stock appears to have no scratches or buff marks. The charging handle has no scratches or buff marks. So, although I probably won't be shooting it with like a pistol, it's an option. And I mean, when we do these practices where we get in and out of vehicles and stuff, it'll be nice. The next noteworthy, I guess, upgrade is going to be this. There's a metal bar. It's got two loops on both sides, and it's basically so you can do the 3-point sling like that. I think that would be pretty cool and also effective because when you're doing shootings and you're done with your gun, you want to switch to maybe your secondary. It's nice to have your rifle kind of like a low profile so you can manage your secondary firearm, take a couple targets, set your pistol back, reload your gun, swap it back out, and then you're ready to engage with your primary again. Now I have this same setup. I have the mid-section kind of like mag pull thing on my AR because I like that aesthetic, even though that stock beats you in the face when you have it. So it's always nice. I mean, I hate to say it, but the AK platform's kind of winning me over. Which, then again, a 308, the 308 or the FAL would win me over too. But we got this. So, have a nice day. Thank you for watching, and see y'all next time.